Now, tell me why this could be a great day.
Well, actually, I have some good news for you and some bad news for Reginald.
Well, which do I get first, the good news or the bad news?
Well, maybe I shouldn't even say this at all.
What?
I forget sometimes that he's your father. I really don't know how you feel.
How could you when I don't even know myself? My feelings for my father have always been very mixed. We've always had a very adversarial relationship. That's one of the reasons I went to live in Europe.
Well, I, for one, am very glad that you came back.
And I'm glad you came back. For Donna. I can't understand why my father resents you so.
Well, I was a stable boy. Certainly not good enough for the Love family.
Oh, that's such nonsense. But why doesn't he accept you now? You're eminently respectable, enormously wealthy.
I know. It's just, once a stable boy, always a stable boy, which makes me and Reginald sworn enemies. I'm just sorry that such nice people have to get caught in the middle.
Well, if you're worried about me...
No. Well, I am, actually, and I'm worried about Scott. Scott is furious with me, the way I treat Reginald. I like Scott. Kind of reminds me of me when I was his age.
Michael, you can't worry about how any of us feel. Your first and only concern should be Donna's well-being.
It is.
And so's mine. And no matter what you find out about my father, the only important thing is getting Donna well.
Nicole, I'm very glad that you feel that way.
I know you love my sister, Michael. You do whatever you have to do.
I will get her back. I have to get her back.
I know you will, Michael. I pray for it every day.
Thank you.
I don't have a strength.
Well, if I don't get myself to rehearsal, my musical director will have my neck.
Well, then you better get on with it.
Bye-bye.
Well, just the man I wanted to see.
I'm Innocent Copper.
What are you up to?
Hey, I ain't no stool pigeon.
Cut the clowning, Michael. Jamie says that you're after this Dr. Bowden.
Yeah, I want to find him.
So what's your plan?
I'm going to find him, Adam, that's all.
After you find him, what is your plan?
Well, what's this all about?
Jamie's afraid that you're about to do something very crazy.
Adam, Bowden may have the answer I'm looking for, so I'm going to find him.
Look, the police can handle... The police aren't doing anything, right?
That's why I hired myself this hot young detective to take the case.
New detective? Wait a minute. Who is this guy?
Cheryl, it is a public place. If my father wants to sit at a table, he is allowed.
If my pops was here, he wouldn't be
Your
allowed.
pops wouldn't have a choice in the matter. My dad has a right to go anywhere he wants.
You're always sticking up for him.
Of course I am. It's only natural. You always stick up for Vince.
That's because my father is a good man, not like yours.
Just hold on a second here. You don't know if all the stuff they say about my dad is true.
Your father took my mother away from Pops for 17 years, didn't he? He lied to her for 17 years, didn't he?
He loved her.
My Pops loved her. We were a family. I grew up without a mother.
I know.
Because of
I know.
But I suppose that doesn't mean anything to you, does it, Scott?
Look, she's my mother, too, and I love her as much as anyone else, all right? My parents raised me, and they gave me all the love they had. Wait, listen to me. Is that supposed to count for nothing now?
I bet you're glad that they were...
Yeah, I'm glad. Okay?
I knew it.
I knew they had something beautiful for a very long time. And I know you don't want to hear this, but it was nice. It was nice to see them together again for a change.
I don't understand it.
It's love. There's nothing to understand. It's just love.
How could she love him after all that he did to my family? And now Reginald is framing my pops for attempted murder. Isn't that the last straw? But no. How could she have any feelings for that man after all he's done?
There is no proof that he's done anything. Cheryl, I have a confession to make.
today? Did you come in to eat or just to visit?
Well, actually, I'm on a break.
Oh, well, I'm glad to see you. I've been wanting to talk to you.
About what?
Oh, I've noticed that you and Adam seem to be getting closer these days.
We're seeing each other.
Yeah. Well, he seems like a nice fellow. And I'd like to get to know him better. And I thought, well, maybe someday you could arrange something. Lunch or
Do you
dinner or...
think that we could talk about this later? I'm on duty.
I thought you... I gotta get this to Hector.
You don't want to tell me who's working for you? Fine, because it doesn't matter. I'll get the department on it. We'll find out about both.
All right. But I will tell you that I sent detectives to Reginald's place in Paraguay, and they found that Gomez had left there in an awful big hurry. Now, the detectives are still following Gomez, but it doesn't matter because I know Reginald was behind the whole thing.
You think Gomez somehow heard that she was implicated in a plot to poison Donna, and that's why she bugged out?
Yeah, or Reginald was covering his tracks. Either way, look, if I can prove that Reginald was pulling the strings behind Gomez and Bowden, then I can nail him. I can get him legally, plus I can discredit him in the eyes of his family.
Yeah, I don't know, Michael. Look, I just have trouble believing that even somebody like Reginald could do something like this to his own flesh and blood. I mean, to give his own daughter a mind-altering drug?
Adam, he was never a father to Donna. He treated her like dirt.
Look, easy. Just take it easy, will you? And look, I want you to back off on this whole thing. Just let me handle it.
Look, you do what you have to do, all right? I'm going to do what I have to do.
Look, I don't want you doing something stupid.
Have I ever...
I don't like the way you just said that. Look, I'm going down to the precinct right now, but before I leave, I want you to promise me something. That you'll stay out of this.
No can do, Adam.
All right? Then I'm telling you. Stay out of it. And you can pull that hotshot young detective friend of yours off this, too.
Thank you, officer.
Yes, I need to speak to Michael Hudson as soon as possible. No, it's very important.
My confession is quite simple. I'm very much in love with your mother, Cheryl. I have been for more than 17 years.
I thought you had something important to confess.
It is important, very important.
If that's all you have to say...
There's more. I understand your resentment, Cheryl.
I don't think you do.
You were very upset by what you saw New Year's Eve, weren't
You
you?
know I was.
And justifiably so. If I were in your shoes, I'm sure I'd feel the same way.
What is the point of all this?
I want a chance to explain.
I don't think I want to hear
Yeah,
it.
sure, I'll give him a chance, okay?
Please.
Okay.
Thank you. You see, I have quite a history with Mary, your mother. I fell in love with her from the moment I laid eyes on her. I had never felt anything like that before or since. I knew I had to be with her, always.
My mother was a married woman with 4 children.
So I had no right to be with her.
You had no right.
Now, people are always telling me that. And in the strictest moral sense, I suppose I would have to agree with them.
Why?
Do I persist? Because I can never change the way I feel in my heart. There's no accounting for love, Cheryl. I think you know that. How do you feel when people tell you you can't be with Scott? Do you listen to them?
No. It's not the same thing.
Yes, it is, Cheryl. When 2 people are in love, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. And in the end, they're going to have to make a decision to be together, even if everybody else is against them. That's the way it is with you and me. I'm not going to give up on you no matter what happens.
Spoken like a real love.
Mama, I'd like to talk to you if that's okay.
Of course it's okay.
I've been thinking about it, and maybe I was a little out of line before.
Oh?
All I want is to be able to make my own decisions. Scott and I feel that you deserve to have that same right. So I can't tell you what to do about anything that has to do about love.
No, you can't. But whatever decision I do make, I have to consider my family. So do you.
Anyway, I just want to let you know that I'm sorry for all the arguments we've been having.
So am I.
Why does everything always have to be so complicated?
I don't know, honey. Maybe it's just that life is complicated.
I hope you're not still mad at me.
I think I'll never be managed. Not for long, anyway.
You had me pretty worried there for a while.
Well, I may not agree with all the stuff that your father's done, but I do understand that you have to stick up for him sometimes.
All right, what did you say to Cheryl? You must have said something to Cheryl to make her soften like that.
I tried to explain my position to her. I don't want to fight with the McKinnons. Now, won't you take pity on me and get me out of this hot kitchen? Next, I'll be wearing an apron and scrubbing pots.
That'll be the day.
Mary, don't you want to get out of this restaurant and enjoy the good life you deserve?
Reginald.
No, at least say you'll have dinner with me. We'll go to Tops. Please say yes. At least say you'll have dinner with me. We'll go to Tops. Please say yes.
All right, I guess it can't hurt anything.
Can I take that as an acceptance? Oh, marvelous. We'll start with the house pate.
Oh, how wonderful. We don't serve a great deal of pate here at Mary's place.
Well, I guarantee it. You won't regret this decision.
Excuse me, I came to pick up a cheeseburger.
Cheryl. Cheryl,
I have a lot of orders to do.
they'll wait 2 minutes while you talk to me.
What about?
About what's upsetting you. Are you unhappy because I'm going out to dinner with Reginald?
Look, it's none of my business where you go to dinner, okay?
You saw us kissing. Honey, that didn't really mean anything.
How can you say that? Don't you have any respect for Pops?
What does your father have?
Don't you even care about him a little bit?
I'm not the one who doesn't care, dear. Your father... What the heck was that? Oh, this place is being robbed. Robbed? Hey! Show your face, coward!
Now, wait a minute. You know, sometimes I think this place is jinxed.
Oh, we better find out what's missing.
And who was here?